The nation pays homage to Dr. Ambedkar on the occasion of his 64th Mahaparinirvan Day. Prime Minister Narendra Modi pays tributes, says that his thoughts and ideals continue to give strength to millions, asserts that the government's commitment to fulfilling Baba Saheb's dreams for the nation will continue. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to inaugurate the construction of the Agra Metro project tomorrow via video conferencing. Union Minister of Housing and Urban Affairs, Shri Hardeep Singh Puri, Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Shri Yogi Adityanath, and other dignitaries also to attend the event. The number of active coronavirus cases continues to decline in India. The active caseload now accounts for just 4.18% of the total number of positive cases. The recovery rate further improves to 94.37%. Australia sets a victory target of 195 runs for India in the second encounter of the three-match T20 series in Sydney. The men in blue will be looking forward to extending this winning streak that they began 2 matches ago. Namaskar and welcome to the news. I'm Mark Lynn. Here's our top story. The nation is paying homage to the Bharat Ratna, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, on his 64th Mahaparinirvan Divas, or the death anniversary today. A number of functions have been organized all over the country to highlight the contribution of Dr. Ambedkar to the nation and nation building. Eminent dignitaries and parliamentarians have offered tributes to the architect of the Constitution of India at his statue in Parliament House complex in New Delhi. Maharashtra Governor Bhagat Singh Koshyari and State Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray, besides other leaders and dignitaries, paid their tributes to Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar. Flowers were showered from a helicopter over the Chaitya Bhumi area. However, in view of the coronavirus pandemic, the people were not allowed to gather at the Chaitya Bhumi this year. The program was streamed live, however, on various social media platforms, including YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Doordarshan's Sahyadri channel. President Ramnath Kovind has paid rich tributes to Baba Saheb Bhimrao Ambedkar on his Mahaparinirvan Divas. In a tweet, the President said, and I quote, "Dr. Ambedkar was a great architect of our Constitution who strived for a society and governance based on the tenets of equality and justice. Dr. Ambedkar's thought guided the law and order, finance and overall development of the country. I urge every citizen to pledge to realize the ideals of economic and social justice, equality and opportunity, and fraternity following the constitutionally agreed paths as suggested by Dr. Ambedkar." Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu and Tamil Nadu Governor Banwari Lal Purohit paid floral tributes to Dr. B.R. Ambedkar at Raj Bhavan in Chennai. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also paid rich tributes to Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar on Mahaparinirvan Divas. In a tweet, the Prime Minister said, and I quote, "Remembering the great Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar on Mahaparinirvan Divas, his thoughts and ideals continue to give strength to millions. We are committed to fulfilling the dreams he had for our nation." The Union Home Minister Amit Shah paid tributes to Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. In a tweet, the Home Minister said, and I quote, "I bow before Baba Saheb on his Mahaparinirvan Divas, who gave the nation a futuristic and all-encompassing constitution that paved the way for development, prosperity and equality in the country. Following the footsteps of Baba Saheb, the Modi government is committed to work for the welfare of deprived sections who have been excluded from the development process for decades." The former Chief Minister of Maharashtra, senior BJP leader Devendra Fadnavis, visited Chaitya Bhumi on the occasion of the Mahaparinirvan Divas. He paid floral tributes to Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate the construction of the Agra Metro project tomorrow via video conferencing. Union Minister of Housing and Urban Affairs Hardeep Singh Puri, Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh Yogi Adityanath and other dignitaries will attend the event that will be held at the 15th Battalion PAC Parade Ground in Agra. The Agra Metro project comprises 2 corridors with a total length of 29.4 kilometers. It connects major tourist attractions like the Taj Mahal, Agra Fort, Sikandra, with railway stations and bus stands. Well, this project will benefit the 26 lakh population of the city of Agra. It will also cater to more than 60 lakh tourists who visit Agra every year. It will provide an environment-friendly mass rapid transport system to the historic city. The estimated cost of the project will be 8,379.62 crore rupees. It will be completed in 5 years. On the 8th of March last year, in fact, Prime Minister had inaugurated the Agra Metro project along with the commencement of the commercial operations of the Lucknow Metro on the entire 23-kilometer long north-south corridor from CCS Airport to Munshi Pulya. Pfizer, one of the world's premier biopharmaceutical companies, has sought emergency use authorization for COVID-19 vaccine in India. The firm, in its application submitted to the drug regulator, has sought permission to import the vaccine for sale and distribution in India. Pfizer India has become the first pharmaceutical company to seek from the Drugs Controller General of India this emergency use authorization for its COVID-19 vaccine in the country after its parent company had secured such a clearance from both the United Kingdom and Bahrain. The firm, in its application submitted to the drug regulator, has sought permission to import the vaccine for sale and distribution in the country. Let's now take a look at this update from across the country on COVID-19. 41,970 recoveries have been recorded yesterday, taking the cumulative total of recovered patients to 91,792,000. So, I beg your pardon, to 792, that is. And with this, in fact, the recovery rate currently stands at 94.37%. India's three-pronged strategy, its testing, tracing and treating, it's proving to be a success. The fatality rate has dropped to 1.45%, with 1,40,182 deaths recorded so far. And the number of active COVID-19 cases in the country stands at 4,03,248. This is 4.18% of the total cases that have been reported thus far. So, according to the Indian Council of Medical Research, the total number of samples tested up to the 3rd of December stands at 14,86,575. And of this, 11,01,063 samples were tested yesterday. The BJP's National President J.P. Nadda is on a 4-day visit to Uttarakhand. The BJP President, along with the State Chief Minister Trivendra Singh Rawat, attended a party meeting at Bijapur House in Dehradun. The BJP President, along with other people, held a meeting with the party's council presidents, the office bearers and workers. Earlier in the day, J.P. Nadda, along with the State Chief Minister Trivendra Singh Rawat, paid floral tributes to Dr Ambedkar on the occasion of Mahaparinirvan Divas. An 8-member interministerial central team deputed by the Home Ministry on Sunday met the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister, the Chief Secretary, K. Shanmugam, and discussed areas which have been affecting the state by the recent cyclone Nivar. So this team was led by the Joint Secretary in the Home Ministry, Ashutosh Agnihotri. It visited the cyclone Nivar affected areas in Tamil Nadu and Puducherry, and it assessed the damage caused by the calamity. It's holding meetings with state government officials. The team split into 2 groups to tour the cyclone affected areas and make an on-the-spot assessment of the damages caused by the cyclone. In Mumbai, 20 people were injured in a cylinder blast in Lal Bagh area. 2 fire brigades and 2 tankers are on the spot to douse the fire. The Mumbai Mayor, Kishori Padnekar, visited King Edward Memorial Hospital to meet the people who were injured in the cylinder blast. Environment conservation does not only require government policies, it requires people, individuals to make small contributions, and that has a major effect. In fact, a beetle leaf shop owner in Odisha's Baldiha village clears the area near Baldiha Dam where people often go for picnics. And not only does this happen, he in fact also collects thrown and discarded plastic bottles and recycles them. He uses these bottles to plant and decorate his house in Odisha's Mayurbhanj district. And with the onset of winter, the migratory birds have started arriving in Lucknow. Lucknow's Nawab Wajid Ali Shah Zoological Garden becomes the center of attraction for these birds every year. Hundreds of migratory birds fly miles from Central Asia, Japan, Siberia to reach here. These countries witness harsh winters, and that is between the months of November and February, compelling these birds to move to warmer climates in search of food and water. Cardamom farmers in Kerala are reaping the benefit of new farm laws brought by the centre. The farmers in the state are now getting a fair and better price, in fact, for their produce as compared to what they were doing earlier. So this auction process is also transparent, it's systematic. Let's look at this report.
Idukki is the granary for Kerala's cardamom cultivation and the largest production centre in the country. Small-scale to large-scale cultivators in the field have been suffering from price uncertainties and exploitation by middlemen for decades. It is this community who has received maximum benefit under the farm laws. Under the usual auction platforms, farmers had to wait for 21 days for the price of their produce once auctioned. If one needed money early, he had to bear interest rate of even 24%. Buyers in the established auction platforms were limited in number, and the system was vulnerable for deals among the buyers against the interest of the producer. However, the new agri-marketing laws, Farmers Produce Trade and Commerce Promotion and Facilitation, enacted by central government, have come as a boon for these farmers. It offers a solution to a perennial problem which existed for even 10 decades. They can now trade with any traders across India on any platforms. Empowered by the Section 3, 4 and 5 of the law, Vandan Medu Green Gold Cardamom Producer Company and Vandan Medu Cardamom Growers Association have set up auction companies to facilitate direct benefit to farmers.
We have introduced a digital auction system in the field of cardamom industry for the trade and commerce of cardamom as per the recent policy of central government. But through our media, through electronic media, more than 5,000 traders can participate in the bidding, and the farmers will get the more price. Since there is no minimum support prices introduced in cardamom industry, the farmers will get more price in this auction system.
We have developed a device by which our products can be sold throughout country, eliminating all the intermediaries. Our system is that our products will be sold to the end consumer through our software, and we will transport it to the end consumer.
Actually, we welcome the new farm trade bill enabling us to market cardamom, especially our main produce in this area, to the different parts of India in a free market way. This bill has enabled us to market it freely in the whole India as well as in the other countries also. It is possible now without a license from the Spices Board.
As new auction company has started by the farmers, money will reach farmers' account within 3 days, all thanks to the new central laws. Farmers are now assured of secure income through their agrarian production now onwards. Already, auctions have started and the average price they are earning is higher than what it used to be earlier. Growers Association is all set to buy cardamom from farmers and sell it at national level, avoiding middlemen. Almost 5,000 farmers associate with these two farmer collectives, and more farmers are joining the collectives. They hope to leverage the potential of national level market for their produce and are thankful to the centre. Cardamom, called Queen of the Spices, will continue to be the source of prosperity for the region thanks to the new farm laws. With inputs from Anthony Muniara, News Desk, Thiruvananthapuram.
And now let's take a look at the updates on COVID-19 from across the world. So far, the tally of people who have contracted the virus stands above 6 crore 68 lakh 23,900, while over 4 crore 62 lakh 22,700 have recovered from the virus worldwide. The coronavirus disease has claimed more than 15 lakh 33,000 lives globally, and the US continues to be the worst affected country with 1 crore 49 lakh 75,000 cases of COVID. The fatalities there have crossed 2 lakh 87,000. In Iran's total deaths from coronavirus have surpassed 50,000, with more than 1 million people infected. Although transmission rates in the Middle East's worst affected country were slowing, several shopping malls and other businesses reopened after a 2-week shutdown following a 10% drop in infections over the past days. Iran's President Hassan Rouhani has warned that Tehran was teetering towards the red border and could return to higher risk level within a week or two if appropriate health protocols are not observed. The UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson and the European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen, they have instructed their negotiators to resume trade talks today. So this decision to revive the long-running talks after they stalled on Friday over these three issues, the joint statement, both leaders expressed concern over what's the fishing rights and fair competition rule. Both sides are hoping to secure a deal governing almost about $1 trillion of trade in a year. So the UK left the EU on the 31st of January. It remains under EU trading rules, but that's only till the end of this year. The two sides have been holding talks since March of this year in an attempt to secure a deal before the end of this transition period. Thousands of Israeli protesters, they protested against the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in Jerusalem over his alleged corruption and the government's handling of the COVID-19 pandemic. Israel's police have detained 5 suspects for blocking nearby roads. The protests built up over the summer as COVID-19 cases spiked and were held at a regular weekly basis after that. Now, demonstrations were halted during the second national lockdown, which lasted a month but resumed after Israel eased the restrictions. It has over 344,000 cases of the viral disease, with more than 2,900 fatalities. The Lebanese village of Fanar is now covered under a blanket of hail as the region witnessed massive hailstorm, and the capital Beirut and its suburbs, they experienced gusty winds and heavy hail that resulted in flooding in some areas. Cars were seen sliding in water while roads were blocked, causing traffic jams. Ghana's President Nana Akufo-Addo held a final rally in Accra ahead of Monday's presidential and parliamentary elections. Akufo-Addo spent a few hours touring parts of Accra while he met thousands of his supporters. The 76-year-old is running against the main opposition, National Democratic Congress's John Mahama. And this is for the third time after defeating him in the 2016 race for the presidency. Now, as Christmas festivities have kick-started across the world ahead of the festival, Santa in Rio de Janeiro made a unique arrival, trading in his chimney, zip-lining down the city's iconic Sugarloaf Mountain, and as we can see here. In Jerusalem's Bethlehem, a Christmas tree was lit up outside the Church of Nativity. The giant tree was illuminated by hundreds of golden white bulbs as fireworks lit up the night sky. A small group of residents and religious leaders participated in the tree lighting ceremony at the Manger Square near the Church of the Nativity, where Christians believe Jesus was born. Meanwhile, arrangements were made to witness the ceremony virtually due to the COVID-19 restrictions. And in the city of Sao Paulo in Brazil, the Lumina Festival is bringing the spark of the season to locals who were otherwise stuck at home because of the pandemic. Organizers installed elaborate Christmas decorations and glittering lights that can be viewed from the safety of a private car, as we can see in these visuals. Matthew Wade scored a half-century to help Australia post a target of 195 runs against India in the ongoing second T20 International at the Sydney Cricket Ground. The visitors won the toss. They elected to field. Wade gave Australia a good start, scoring a powerful 58 of 32 balls. He slammed 10 fours and a 6 during his whirlwind knock. Indian bowlers staged a turnaround halfway through the game, and Wade got dismissed via a run-out. Well, Steve Smith scored 46 runs from 38 deliveries. Glenn Maxwell made 22 runs, and Moses Enriquez hit 26. They made decent contributions as Australia finished at 194 for 5 from 20 overs. So as per the latest results, India were at 134 for 3 in 14.4 overs. Now, farmers seem to be benefiting from the new agricultural laws of the central government. Farmers from a small village in Hingoli district of Maharashtra have exported their produce abroad and earned profit.
Satifal, a small village in Hingoli district of Maharashtra, has become famous in the region due to Surya Farmer Producer Company, which sells farmers' agriculture produce. With the help of new agriculture law nowadays, the farmer produce company like Surya Farmer Producer Company Limited is directly selling agriculture produce to buyers without involvement of APMC. This company has exported turmeric of worth Rs 1.92 crore to Bangladesh and worth Rs 1 crore turmeric to ITC and other buyers outside the mandi. This trade outside APMC is saving 1% mandi fee and also without being compelled to sell through commission agents.
इस कंपनी के माध्यम से हमने 538 फार्मर संगठित करके और इंडिविजुअल जो जुड़े वाले फार्मर है उनको लेके लगभग 3,000 फार्मर हमसे जुड़े वाले इनके साथ हम काम कर रहे हैं। और किसान का ये जो अभी कायदा आया है एपीएमसी के बाहर जो हम काम करेंगे तो इसके ऊपर हमें सेस देना नहीं पड़ेगा, तो ये बहुत हमें क्रांतिकारी लगा।
Farmer Bhagwan Bhalerao from Hingoli district also sell his produce directly to buyers via this company. He said this process helped him in saving transportation cost and time. Earlier in APMC, farmers have to spend entire day to sell the produce.
जो केंद्र सरकार ने कायदा किया है वो जो हमारे वहाँ किसानों को कुछ कंपनियाँ दिए वाले है, ये कंपनी में हमारा मार्केट कमेटी से वहाँ थोड़ा ज़्यादा फायदा हो रहा है। मार्केट कमेटी में माल डालने से हमारा थोड़ा नुकसान होता था, कुछ देर लगता था माल बेचने को। वहाँ वैसा कोई नहीं है, माल हमारा जल्दी बेचता है, जल्दी पैसे मिलते हैं, वो हमारा कमीशन नहीं काटते वहाँ। ये ऐसे फायदे हैं छोटे-छोटे।
The new agricultural law enable ordinary farmers to sell their produce to the corners of the world. Farmers in the district like Hingoli have achieved this feat due to these laws. Aruna Hokarne's report, DD India.
And that concludes this bulletin. Thank you very much for being with us. Namaskar.